I don't know about you, but October here in New Jersey, I have a love-hate relationship with this month. And today, if you can see out that way, you can see over there the flag blowing out of the northeast. Today is probably going to be one of those days that is more of a hate relationship than a love relationship. But I took off from work, so let's try to make the best of it. So let's get to why I love this time of the year. When you're out on the water, you've got these beautiful sunny days, low humidity. The temperature still can get up to 70. Heck, earlier this week it hit like 80 degrees down here. The water, there's nobody out here. You have the entire bay, all the fishing spot to yourself. Now, the reasons why I hate this time of year are way more numerous. I mean, one, usually there's not like little white caps out here. This is just outside my marina. The wind's usually out of the south. And now, with the fall, now we got the winds coming out of the north.
The offshore forecast for the following marine location, south of Long Island between Barnegat Point and Sandy Hook to 1,000 fathoms. Today, north winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 6 to 10 feet.
Now, after hearing that little forecast, I am not looking forward to hitting the inlet. I am sure the seas out in front by the inlet are not 6 to 10 feet right now. Here's another reason why I love this time of year. When there's nobody out here, the Point Pleasant Canal is a piece of cake to traverse. So even though I'm going against the tide right now, I mean, look behind us. It's actually nice and calm back there. Now, the other great thing about going through this canal nice and slow, it really builds your skills as far as driving a boat. Anybody can drive a boat fast. This isn't like a car. You've got wind, you've got currents, you've got all these different things. It's really difficult to control a boat if you're just standing still. I mean, you have no control. You put this boat in neutral right now, it's at the mercy of the current and the wind. So the slower you can actually operate a boat, the better of a seaman, the better of a captain you are. So there's two boats in front of me, but no one coming at me, and there's no one behind me. So I'll give you an idea of what would happen if you were to lose power right now. So we're running at about 4.5 miles an hour. We're straight, and I'll just put the boat in neutral right now. And we'll see what happens and how quickly it happens. And here we go. So we're just at the mercy of the current here. So it's going to swing the rear end around a bit. Kids, don't try this at home. And now we're back on track here. But you see how fast the boat just starts going. You always want to be prepared and kind of be thinking in your head, okay, what am I going to do if the engine dies right now? You know, when you're going through that inlet, if it's really rough and stuff, it's just like, it's kind of like being on an airplane with a single engine on final approach. Low and slow is not good, and rocks are not good for a boat. So coming through that inlet, like I'm always thinking to myself, if there's ever a time to lose an engine, don't let it be now. So I remember a few years ago, Linda and I were coming through here on a nice September afternoon, came upon a small boat, similar to ours. Ours is a 25-foot cruiser. This was probably like a 23-foot fishing boat. They were off to the side, and I was thinking to myself, oh, they're probably fishing. But then I realized they were getting really, really close to the wall. And every time they got really close to the wall, the girl was actually like pushing off of the wall over here. We pulled up next to them and said, you guys need help? And we're like, yeah, our engine died. We can't get it started. So we threw them the line, and we got them out of here. And of course, there's some nimrods behind us, you know, coming up on us super fast. You know, wave these guys down. Like, we don't need them freaking making a wake. And they were actually nice enough to slow down and not pass us in the canal. If it was the summertime, forget it. In New Jersey, they'll just blow around you and then be blowing their horns at you like, oh, you idiot. It's like, yeah, we got somebody in tow. Who's the idiot, right? All right, so that I was not expecting. I was not expecting all of that construction work there. As I was coming up towards the bridge, I saw that the rail bridge was actually going up. So I was like, oh, cool. We don't get stuck for the rail bridge, because this can be a mess. During the summer, there's boats going through here, and it's just like bumper boats. If it's windy and you got current. Sometime I should actually come up here, anchor, and just record the boats going in and out of here, and probably yelling and screaming. You think the Point Pleasant Canal is good? then this is probably the second best place to see people just going nuts. So now it's like having almost like 2 rail bridges. I mean, these openings are not that wide. You know, you can do 2 8-6 beam boats through here. I mean, I've done it. Usually when I go through here, same thing. This is good practice when you're out here. I usually try, which I'm not going to do right now because I've got only one hand on the wheel and one hand obviously holding this camera. But what I usually do as I go through there, especially times like this when no one's around, I'll go through nice and slow and I'll try to get as far right as I can just to get practice at going through really slow and making that opening even that much more of a challenge to actually get through and get as close to that wall as possible without obviously hitting it. Okay, so we made it to the inlet. It actually doesn't seem all that bad. The wind almost seems like it died down a bit. I mean, out in the distance you can see the flag blowing a little bit stiff, but it's not nearly as bad as I thought it would be. We got the Army Corps of Engineers up there. We'll go through the inlet, check out the ocean, see if there's any life out there. All right, so here we go. Yeah, it's cruising about 16 miles an hour. Nice and smooth. I can't tell if that's waves just breaking there or if that's actually fish breaking right there. We'll get a shot of the Army Corps of Engineers in a second, since I stopped my 360 camera. Not too bad out here. Yeah, not too shabby. Except for the 1 or 2 waves breaking. Alright, let me slow down a bit so I can bring the camera back up. So I take it back. I turn the camera around, but then I'm going to get mist all over, all over my camera. So there's definitely whitecaps out here. There's a few rollers. Now you know why I didn't turn my camera around. It's a beautiful day out here on the Atlantic Ocean. They just hold the camera more towards the north, so if we do get a splash, it's not like it's going to come over and hit the camera again. We got the Army Corps of Engineers boat leaving the inlet. And now you can kind of see what the ocean is like out here. So my love-hate relationship per day, I'd say it's neutral. We broke the inlet. We got to see the ocean. And it is beautiful out here. Of course, I need to clean my glasses up there. Man, and now I can see again. You know, it's always sad to see an empty beach. And there's nobody out there. There's nobody coming in and out of the inlet. Similar to golf, they always say in golf, you know, it's better to have a bad day on the golf course than it is a good day at work. This really isn't a bad day out on the water. This is a nice day on the water. It's not a nice day out on the ocean. But as far as the ride here and getting out here, it's beautiful out. I'm up in my score. Today, I give it an 8. I'm loving today. I guess my love-hate relationship maybe was a little bit more love than hate today on this next to last week in October here in New Jersey. So until next time, Captain John Nautisphere, out.